It's the day before the race, and I'm with the boys, dropping them off with Grandma and Grandpa, and then I'm taking off. What do you think, boys?
He better run good. Yep.
All right, welcome to my Rabid Raccoon 100K video. You guys have seen my videos before, know how it goes. I do this for a couple reasons. One, to just show my race for friends and family, anybody else who wants to see how these things go. Keep memories for myself, but also, number two, for any of you guys thinking of running this race or running on this course. They had the 100-mile distance, they had the 100K distance, they have some relays out there, just to show some of the course so you guys can know what you're getting into, good, bad, and otherwise. In the race video, on the first few laps, I show a little bit more of the course. The last couple laps are more of just me trying to survive and grind and get through. On each loop, there was two different other out and back loops, where you, on one loop, went out and back around to the same Four Seasons Pavilion aid station. That one I refer to as the front loop. There was one big hill up, one big steep hill down, getting to the aid station again. That one was about 300 feet down, 30-some% decline, pretty steep going down. Other than that, it was a lot of rolling hills, nothing too bad. The back loop was 3.9 miles to get back to the start and finish. That 3.9 miles had two big ups and downs that were the 300-plus-ish feet up and down. That were all pretty steep, but it wasn't too bad as far as the final 2 miles to get back into that Four Seasons aid station. Expo time, going to check in. Just got to Beaver Falls, checked into the hotel, and now going to check in for the race night before here. That's the Four Seasons Pavilion, checking it out for tomorrow to get the crew set up for before the race. Just walking some of the trails, and then we'll head out to go eat.
Oops. Cheers to the crew!
All right, we are headed to Brady's Run Park to run the Rabid Raccoon 100. I'm in the 100K, so we're starting at 7 a.m. today. The 100-milers started at 4 a.m. Conditions look great today, but just going out trying to get a finish to get in the lottery again for the Western States 100. So the 100K and the 100-mile out here both qualify for the lottery for the Western States 100. So I'm going to try to knock out the 100K. It's a loop course, 12.5-mile loop, so I've got 5 of those. Never been to this park, so excited to go check it out. And got the driver, crew chief, Amy.
Good morning!
Ready to go. We got our Starbucks, and we're headed there to get things started. 2.5 minutes till go time. Here we are. Start of the Rabid Raccoon 100. Looping around this way and lining up back that way.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. About midway back in the pack, all right?
Welcome back, race fans. We are here for another year of an ultra marathon. It's May 30th, 2026, and we are in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. Bobby is taking on the Raccoon Rabid this year. It's a 100K, and it started at 7 a.m., so the sun's already up, which is very delightful. It's going to be a beautiful day, sunny skies, high of 74. I'm actually at the first aid stop and my only aid stop this year, so all the videos will be in the same location. I missed the start to get a prime real estate spot at the aid station, and I will check in after his first stop. Looking forward to a great day. See you soon. Pardon the interruption. This is not an aid station update. This is an update to let you know we are actually at the Rabid Raccoon 100K and not the Raccoon Rabid 100K. I should have drank my coffee first before the intro video, but just wanted to clarify it is the Rabid Raccoon 100K. And now back to the original scheduled program.
Find out. Made it through the first aid, 2 miles in and just under 20 minutes. A little bit of up and down, but not much in the first section, pretty flat. And then now on a climb here. And climbing up a few hundred feet. So after that we hit the switchbacks and the single track up there. Feel a bit of mud for being dry all week. Yep, here we go. Yeah, me too. We just got done with the water stop, 6.4 miles, an hour and 10 minutes in. Things going well so far. Can't look at the camera much because I'm checking out a nice, easy downhill. Lots of roots though. Cut a toe a couple times already, which will happen more as the race goes on. But fueling going well, it's nice and cool in the shade. I know it's gonna warm up later today, but it's been nice even pace. Doing pretty good overall. Gonna be ahead of the splits, I think, going into this next aid station if this keeps up. And then we'll see where the day goes from here. Hoping it stays this nice and easy feeling, but we know it won't. Here we go.
All right, I just saw Bobby for the 8.6 mile aid check-in. He's doing great. It was a super quick stop. He just grabbed his poles for the next loop, which has a lot of climbing, and also grabbed the garbage bags to put over his feet for the river crossing, and I will report back on how that goes. He is 7 minutes under pace, so seems to be going very well. The sun's coming up a little bit more, so it's warming up a little bit, which is great for the crew, maybe not for the runners, but we'll see how the day takes us.
Right on the back mountain, 9.6 miles in and 150. Tried the garbage bags for the creek crossing and still water seeped through and got the feet wet, so might not go with those anymore. I picked up the poles on a little downhill now, but I'll break them out once I'm done filming here. Feeling real good still. Here we go. River down the hill. Running through inside.
The Rabid Raccoon 100K.
Coming back out. And that was through 12.6 miles in about 2:23. So moving way ahead of pace right now. Felt pretty decent that first lap. So hopefully it's just a good day for the legs and not going out way too fast. See, where are we going? This way. But now run around the building. On to lap 2. 1 down, 4 to go. Thank you guys. Absolutely beautiful day so far. I think it's about 60 degrees. We're getting up to 72, I think, which will feel a little warm, but just perfect right now. Getting the easy miles in these first couple loops and saving up for the grind. Food's still going down good. Everything's working well so far, so here's hoping it can keep up.
Bobby just checked in for mile 14.5. I wasn't ready for him because he was 15 minutes early, but I guess that's a good thing. But we got everything set and off he went. So the next time I see him, we'll be at 21.2. So all is going well.
Right, back on the uphill drag, 14.75 in, 2 hours and 48 minutes. Still moving really well. Got a ice bandana at that last aid station. I don't know, like 15 minutes or so ahead of schedule, so that's going well. Drop the poles. Gonna still try this section without poles and see how it goes. Try to keep moving pretty good through maybe this lap and the next one, and then see what I need from there on in. Feet okay, even getting soaked in the creek crossing. Lots of mud all over the trails, so the poles were nice to help dance around that a little bit, but sometimes it's just flowing down the hill and there's nothing you can do like that, but right in the middle of the trail. So about as good as it can be for as much rain as we had this spring. So here we go. 17 3/4 miles in, 3:18 on the clock. On another climb here. Still doing good. Still feeling nice and cool in the woods here. A lot of shade going uphill. Did dry out for a little bit, but then there's some areas with streams rolling across here, so not too bad. But I think I decided on this next river crossing, I'm just gonna go without the bags. Feet got wet on the last one. Just run through, see if they dry up. Feeling good, pretty good so far. Easy for me to say, but away we go. Creek crossing time. Here we go. Just refreshing. Just refreshing. Keep telling yourself, hey, how's it going, man? Having a good one? Yeah. Gets a little deeper. All right. And we're soaked. And we're climbing. Going up a river here too. Pretty muddy over here, but now we don't care because our feet just got soaked going through that creek crossing. All right, way ahead of schedule, 24 minutes ahead I think right now, which is great. Still feeling really good. Gonna try to be patient through this lap, take it easy at the beginning of the next lap, take some caffeine gels, and see if we can get through 4 and 5. But here we go. All right, so on the back half, 23.8 miles in 4:34. There's a little impromptu water stop that we weren't expecting back there. Didn't need it, still doing good. Tailwind's still going down, so haven't had to switch to just water yet. Definitely starting to work a little bit now, so not too bad. Heart rate's still not too bad, so hoping to keep things going. But this is the miles you pay for, right? It's starting to get tough. This is what we're here for. Race markers on the trees let us know we're going the right way. 2 loops done. I came in at about 4:51 to, it was closer to 25.3 or something, I don't know. Just over 25 miles. Still doing okay. Legs didn't fall apart on that last Mount Doom downhill, but beforehand they were starting to cramp up a little bit. So chug some pickle juice, hoping that the stomach doesn't get upset. But it's just a little quad cramping. I think they're okay. Slow it down a little bit. I'm way ahead of pace. I think 29 or so minutes ahead of where I wanted to be, so I'm way ahead. Just got to keep keeping on. Still a beautiful day. Mostly shaded, a little bit of sun here.
Here he comes over the bridge. Woohoo! Let's go, baby! 12:12 p.m. Let's go! Woo. How's it going?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Legs started cramping a little on the backside, but then that straight level stuff, they come right back. So
Okay, I'm recording
doing
this
pretty
one.
good. Yep.
Okay.
Still
This
way
is,
ahead, doing good.
yeah, very far ahead.
Just gotta keep the legs from falling apart now.
Yep, here's the camera battery. I did the white one, so I know the blue ones are the good ones.
White one's perfect.
And
then the blue ones don't hold as much.
Okay.
So if you want to try to recharge that one.
Charge it. Yeah, there's a charger. I've had my phone on and the whole time in there. Not the whole time. I just keep texting people. Here's this electrolyte tab. You want one of these still, right?
Yep. One of those. Hold on.
Bobby just checked in for 27.1 miles. Everything's going well. He said he's cramping a little bit, but he is 34 minutes above pace. I'm trying new spots to do these videos every time so it doesn't seem like the same backdrop, and this guy is fly fishing, which is pretty cool. Everything seems to be going well. The next aid station stop that I will see him is 33.8 miles, but I'm not updating every single time now because it's the same thing in the same place. So all's going well. He seems in good spirits, and he's getting to the halfway point. So we'll see you the next time.
Right out of the aid station, 27.4 in 5 hours 17 minutes, which is great, averaging 11:35 a mile. If I can keep that up, that's a dream pace for today. So we'll see. Just trying to ease into this third lap. Legs felt like they came back a little bit those last couple miles, being able to run some on the flat, and we'll see how this hill goes. Heading up now, and this section's been pretty good so far, so hopefully another good one. Pick up the poles for the second half. Then I'm planning on picking up phone, headphones, caffeine, all that stuff on the tail end of this lap. Be over halfway in, and we're just really trying to get juiced up for whatever I got left. So if you're running this course and getting out of that Four Seasons aid, some of this is fairly runnable uphill on this little bit wider path. I recommend, if you got some calories, getting the calories in, taking a hike up to the top of this. It's only about 4/10 of a mile here, and then after that it levels out and has some rolling hills that you can get a lot of running in. So I'd say save it on the uphill and then see if your legs got something in them for there. All right, just hit 30 miles in 5:46, so still moving good. That last section has a ton of mud everywhere, slipping and sliding, and feet are soaked and dirty, but not too bad overall. I don't know that I have any big blisters or anything, so holding up well so far. Keep on rolling. Had to go to the bathroom for about 3.5, 4 miles now. Holding it in, seeing if we can make it to the aid station. And we are getting close to the final downhill. So let's get down there.
Okay, I'm gonna film it. Okay. Okay, see you later. Bye. Love you. Yeah, there you go. All right. Bobby just checked into mile marker 33.8. He said it's feeling a little rough, but still above his target time, probably ahead by 34 to 38 minutes, so that's good. Still eating food and everything's still going down, but he did say it's getting a little rough. He just did the river crossing, which you can see in the background is right there where the little waterfall is. The temperature is 69, but feels like 82, so thankfully the whole course is pretty much in the shade, but the heat might start getting to him. We'll see how that goes. He forgot his poles, so I ran back to get him, and I'm tired. So, good thing I'm not running this. And I think we're just moving right along. The next check-in is around 40 miles, so we'll see if there's any updates then.
All right, almost 35-mile update. 34.9, almost 7 hours, 6:58 on the clock. On the backside now, just had an aid station stop. That took forever. So I ran into the bathroom, had to go there. Had to adjust the ties on my shoes because my toes on my right foot are banging against the end of it. Got everything I need at the aid station, which includes headphones and a phone to start cranking some music. Got some caffeine, so hoping that kicks in soon so I can get rocking again. Definitely feeling it. Definitely rough. And then walked 2 miles. I walked 2 minutes with Amy going to the river crossing so she could film it, and realized I didn't have my poles. With the way the legs are feeling, definitely needed the poles on this backside. So she ran back and grabbed them, thankfully, but wasted another 2-3 minutes there. So that was a pretty long stop. That's going to be probably my longest mile of the entire day, hopefully. And just got about 3.7 left till the end of lap number 3, and then we really start to grind. So like still running on the downs, walking most of the ups, got the poles to help with that, and we're gonna see if the legs can hang in there for a couple more, but still way ahead of where I wanted to be. Very happy with how the day is going so far, and we'll see if we can get around on these laps to keep putting a little bit more time in the bank. Here we go. Another aid station stop down, about 38 miles in 7 hours 38 minutes. So still doing really well as far as that goes. Ahead of the pace a little bit, even with the trouble of the last lap. So far so good. On we go.
Here's the inside aid station. Bobby get nice. And here we have all the aid stuff. You out? Yep. All right, see ya. Don't fall in that water. There he goes.
Right out of the 8, about 40 miles in, 8 hours 7 minutes. So still moving pretty good, all things considered. That one was a little slower too. I had to run by the bathroom again, but things are still going in. So getting calories, trying some different stuff to see what works, and just gonna keep grinding. 40 down, 23 to go. Heading back up this hill. Here we go.
All right, it's about 5 o'clock, and Bobby just checked into the aid station, mile marker 46.4. He said his stomach is cramping a little bit, so he said he's going to slow down because that stops it. So obviously that's a good idea, but he's still a good 45 minutes under the time that he was hoping to be at this point. So moving pretty good still. It's 70 degrees, feels like 74, so it's still very nice out. The sun's still out. It's been a beautiful day. It's going to probably start getting a little cooler as the nighttime comes, but that might be good for the runners. Bundle up for the crew. The highlight of my afternoon is Uber Eats found me with all the road closures, so I got my subs fueled up and I'm ready to rock it the rest of the night. So next checkpoint is 52.2, and we'll see you then.
Right, not a lot of updates because just trying to grind to get this thing done. 46.8 in 9:41. Just hit the last aid station of the loop. Next stop will be the start finish line. Should probably walk and let that food settle. Stomach came back a little bit hungry anyway. Milk has been fantastic. Ate a little bit of ramen, grabbed some gels, but applesauce pouches felt good too, so got some of those. Found if I run within my limits, I don't cramp, but I was cramping a ton to begin until I figured that out. So I just got to take it easy and a little slower so legs don't blow up, but doable. All right, here we go. Nice job.
Good job.
Here we go. Started the last lap. 50.8 miles so far in 10:38. So If I can hit just over 3 hours on this last one, I'll hit my goal. Hoping for that. It's getting tough. Things are not going down easy. They're still going down, but I'm about to throw up every time I eat something, so hopefully back at Amy. I don't know, that milk's been great. Makes my stomach feel all right. So I'm hoping to get back there and get something in me to be able to finish this thing out, but 12 and a half or so miles to go. Let's go get it done.
All right, Bobby just checked in. It's 6 o'clock. He's at 52.2 miles, so about 10 miles left to go. I wouldn't say it's going good, but it's going. He can't keep any food down, and the only thing he can drink is milk, which sounds absolutely disgusting to me, but I'm not running 52 miles, so who am I to judge? That's the only update I have. So the next aid stop is 58.9 miles, but there will be no update. I gotta throw the stuff in the car as soon as I see him and head to the finish line. So the next video should be with him, and this time we got a beautiful lake in the background. So we'll see you at the end.
All right, back to the hill. I'm always updating on 52.62 miles, 11:08 on the clock right now. I got to keep marching and moving to try to break 14. I think I can do it, but I got like, oh gosh, what is it? 10 and a half left or something like that. Yeah, 10 and a half left. So we're gonna keep marching. Water's not going in real good. Just drank a bunch of broth. Milk for some reason is going down, so drank some of that. Grabbed one more ice bandana, hoping that revives me on the climb here. And then I can hopefully keep getting water in. Feel a little maybe lightheaded, like maybe getting just a touch of dehydration, not too bad. I've been worse before, so just got to keep that going so I can keep moving and finish this thing out.
Here he is! 2 miles left! Woohoo! Keep going! Don't stop! Going into the final aid station. Oh, going with the broth in the container. It's a new one.
All right, let's roll.
Do you need anything else?
Milk.
Milk? I got milk. I almost, see, camp's pretty much closed up. Watch your step. Don't fall on video.
I got 2 pouches, I'm good with that.
You good with pouches? Okay.
All right, 59.2 and 12:49. Got to finish this thing out. Should be about 4 miles left. Knock these out and get that finish. Let's go sit down.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks, brother.
Nice.
Woo! Let's go! Does it end until I go there? Or? Oh.
Here he comes. Woo! Let's go, Bobby! Woo! Woohoo! Let's go! Woo!
Thank you. That was tough. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Thanks, man.
Of course.
Well worth it.
Enough.
Well worth it. That was everything.
Huh?
Whew.
Oh, hey!
Beautiful.
We're soaked for 12, 13 hours.
And right now it's about a week after the race. Feet are still a little bit beat up. I have big blisters underneath both big toenails, which have been the hardest probably part of recovery here for me. But had a little time to reflect and think about what went right and what went wrong. Got a lot of great training in. Cardiovascularly, I was in great shape. I needed a little more strength training, hill training, all of that for those hills, but it was good to figure it out now rather than it being Western States Day, which is the big goal eventually one of these years, and having it tank my day. Now I know I got a game plan going forward, going to fit in a lot of that stuff and just get back to the grind. Feeling pretty good, so back and ready to run after a week here and keep going and working towards the next goal. The management group was great. I loved the start-finish line, being in the ice arena, being able to be inside, especially if it was a rainy day or cold or hot or whatever it was. You get that climate controlled. There was plenty of bathrooms inside there. There were showers. You could shower afterwards. It was just run really well from the day before the race to the morning of the race. There was always music pumping in there. They gave out free beer and free coffee coupons, and it was just always a party inside, and it was a pretty cool atmosphere to be a part of. The good and bad of it was the amount of runners that were in it. So there was 300 people signed up for the 100K, about 241 I think it was that ended up running. For the 100 miler, there was another mid 200 amount that was signed up for that one. So out there on the course at any time there was 500 some runners. I love being around other runners, chatting with them, talking with them through the highs and the lows and kind of pushing each other through. So it was a positive in my mind to always have someone to chase or be chased by or run with or talk to, just different groups the whole time. I met a lot of you guys. It was absolutely amazing to meet you. You guys are awesome. Thanks for helping get me through it. The negative was after the first 4 to 5 miles of each 12.5-mile loop, it was pretty congested on those single track trails. So if you wanted to pass someone, you had to ask. Everybody was great, and if you were coming up behind them, they just move off to the side. But we all had to be ready, when those faster runners came up behind us, just to bump off to the side for a second. So if you don't like breaking the stride in your race, then that's something you got to deal with, but that's any single track trails anywhere. But a little bit congested. I felt like after the first loop it opened up pretty well, and then you'd hit little times here and there every hour or two that you'd end up in a train of 4 or 5 people running through, and it helped you control yourself a little more if you were going out a little too fast, but also would let you know if you feel great compared to the people around you or not. So positive or negative, that's one of the big things there. The Four Seasons Pavilion was great too, because you stop by there twice each loop, and that's where Amy got to stay all day long. I like that idea for crew to not have to move anywhere. She loved it. Maybe it wasn't as hectic as some of the races where you get to bounce around and see some different things, but it was pretty fun overall and worked out very well logistically, that every 6 to 6.5 miles you were going to have a stop by another crew member there, which is great. That's not too far at all, with other aid stations and water stops and whatnot in between. And you guys who have been watching this long, if you're thinking of running it, or anybody else who has any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments and I'll answer the best I can, and help you guys along your road to maybe running this race or doing something similar in the future. All right, so it's time to end this video with some thank yous. Thank you first and foremost to Amy for being out there with me, for going with me to all these crazy things, helping me through, being that steady mind when everything's feeling like it's going up and down, and she'll just be there, be my rock, just to say, okay, here's what we're gonna do, we're gonna get you through it, here's what you need. Always there with everything I need when I needed it, saving me time at those aid station stops. To anybody and everybody who was watching and following along, I loved all the texts I got afterwards and messages and everything else. Mom and Dad for calling me out on the course a couple times when it was some of those low moments, and just being a distraction to get my mind off it when I had my few lonely miles out there. But just chatting with you guys really helped bring my spirits up, and got your mind off some of the hurt for a little bit. To all my other family and friends, my in-laws for watching the kids so we can get out and do this fun stuff, and everybody else who asked me about it, talked to me about it afterwards, just showed interest. Thanks. I appreciate you guys showing interest in this crazy random stuff I do, and still loving me anyway for it. So that's it for this video. We will catch you guys next time.